Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
What's up?
Pugs Dread.
Namaste.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So, yeah, excited for the show tonight. Hope everybody's doing well in the chat. Just a couple announcements. We will have a post show tonight on Patreon, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. All starts at just $1, and you can get a first look at first chance to buy an exclusive t-shirt, a new one, not the awesome shirt that we unveiled on Flesh Wound Farce, that I think hopefully some of you have seen. I love that shirt, by the way.
I do too.
Yeah,
I'm trying to share it while you're talking.
Kudos to Todd.
No, this one I'm not taking credit. This was Greg's design. He was just making it to fuck with Ozzy, and then it became a shirt. So
there you go.
The one touch Ozzy really liked at the bottom at the stack. There's all the movies we've reviewed. Private School, of course, front and center, right?
The best, the most. Well, no, actually, I think Joysticks might be the most listened to episode.
They're close, but
yeah. So yeah, Ozzy. So yeah, you get to check that out. Be a fun post show for you guys tonight. And we will also, at the end of the show tonight, right before spoilers, we will have a horror pack unboxing that we're going to do tonight on the show. So with that being said, I guess we'll jump straight into the movies tonight and kick it off with, a big one.
Answer that phone.
The Black Phone, based on the Joe Hill short story that originally appeared in 20th Century Ghosts back in 2007, I believe. And in this one, after being abducted by a child killer and locked in a soundproof basement, a 13-year-old boy named Finn starts receiving calls on a disconnected phone from the killer's previous victims. All right, so Black Phone, interesting, directed by Scott Derrickson, if I didn't say that already. I always forget that he directed Hellraiser Inferno, which kind of makes sense that he went on to have such a career to, direct, of course, Sinister and Exorcism of Emily Rose and Doctor Strange. He's certainly come up in the world. So I have read the book, and let's see, what can I elaborate on without it's a, I think, 30 to 40 page short story. So if any of you decide to read it, it's not a long commitment, but one of the big non-spoiler differences, the grabber in the book is kind of described as like a really fat, gross, Gacy type looking dude. There's no mask that I recall, and it doesn't really explain the grabber at all. Just, fairly standard blob looking killer. Other things that I recall from the book that differed, the Bruce Hamada character, the first one taken in the beginning of the movie, he was the only one that I think ever actually talks to Finn in the actual book. And the mom dad stuff, I don't think any of that, unless it was just a passing line that I'm forgetting about, I don't think that was in the book. Now, obviously, this was a short.
Fill out the time, dude.
Yeah, it's a short story, so they had to expand upon things. All right, and also, last thing I do recall, Gwen was actually the older sister in the book. So those are some of the changes, at least that I recall. There's probably more.
Before we get too far, Scott Derrickson waited for the sister actress, I don't know her name, to finish her Disney show because he wanted her in this movie so much. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think she was worth the wait. But I'll get her.
Yeah, I think she definitely was. She was great. And Madeline McGraw, by the way, is the actress. She was really good.
Tim's daughter or granddaughter at this point?
I do not know. Could be. So This movie certainly has its moments. The kids are likable. There is some spotty acting, if I'm being honest, but the characters were very likable. I mean, the hype on this one was pretty big. It seemed like the early reviews and word coming was that this was going to be a new classic. It's not. There's a lot of problems with this one. Certainly not a bad movie, but this has potential, I think, to be one of the most overhyped movies of the year, because there were a lot of issues. Some are spoiler oriented, but with a certain, let's just say with the brother character in particular, I had a lot of logic issues with
The main character?
No, the other character.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll elaborate on that in spoilers. But, I don't know why that's a shocker. I actually was kind of excited for it, but
that was an ironic shocker, Dan.
Yeah,
and I don't hate it. By the way, again, I don't hate
you still
it.
got to shit on it though.
It's very flawed. It's very flawed. It's very jump scare heavy. I never felt.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah, I
didn't feel any like real scare.
Yeah, I don't think it was a scary film. I don't think it was a
scary movie either. But I don't. I think you're kind of underselling it, dude.
I don't know. Ethan Hawke's great, and I gotta say he is becoming. He's had I don't know, resurgence. I mean, he never stopped working.
He's had a good year for sure.
Yeah, he's had a really good year with the Northman. There you go. Get your Blumhouse, because they're not worth spelling it right.
Also, they got a new logo in the beginning. That was kind of cool.
I know, very Marvel-esque.
I popped so hard when I saw Michael Myers
Dan was
pop out.
cringing so bad.
Well, it still sucks under any logo. But yeah, there's a lot of issues here with this script. There really is. I can imagine Joe Hill's probably not too happy with it. But again, a lot of people will still like this. It's just very mediocre for me. Kruger, what did you think?
Wow.
Well, I definitely didn't hate it like you did, but I did enjoy quite a bit of this. It gave me major It vibes. The kids are maybe a little bit older than them, at least the boy is, not the sister, but gave me that same type of vibe. It doesn't quite ever get to like the amount of terror I wanted to see on screen with the, this guy obviously kidnapping kids and who knows what he does to them in this basement. So like I wanted more of like that and what he was actually doing to these kids. They don't really go too much into that backstory. And I know like obviously this is adapted from a book, so it could, not even be touched on in there. But I feel like for the purpose of kind of making this character, I don't even want to say like a slasher icon, but definitely like a notable horror face. He needed a little bit more to him. I do agree with you on one thing, Dan. The brother thing did kind of seem a little bit hokey, and there's one line in particular I was like, oh man, you could have totally cut that out because that was just cringy. I mean, obviously all horror movies have those goofy ass lines like that in them, but that particular moment I was like, I could have done without that. But other than that, I did have a really good time. I think the acting is fantastic. The cinematography, I really like those flashback sequences we got with all that 70s grain. One thing that did make me want to see that, though, I kind of wanted to see what he was doing to like the kids, but like in that grain, I think that would have looked just really cool. And they were already like kind of talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre before. So like, I was like, oh, if like I just get flashback sequences and that 70s filter of like snuff films of him killing these kids, that would be fucking amazing. Obviously never went that hard. So I was a little bit disappointed there, but, yeah, the acting's great. I thought the final act came together pretty nicely, and it was really strong. The jump scares, I'll tell you what. Usually that shit doesn't work on me, but there's about 2 moments that actually made me jump out of my seat just because they were well timed. They weren't your cheap jump scares that you could see coming a mile away. I guess I think they were actually pretty well done, and that's very rare to get with jump scares nowadays. So props for that. The acting, though, I mean, that's really where I think this movie shines. I think the child actors were really, really good. Some of them had like almost like a 70s, like like something you would see in like a 70s like
They felt
children's
period.
film. Yeah, for sure. And like overall, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's one of the best of the year. Right now, it's sitting in my top 10, but I don't know if it will stay there by the end of this thing. But I still really liked it. Something I need to watch a second time because of the hype going in, and also like I fuck myself up. I watch reviews before I go watch the movie, and then I get all hype. Like some guy was just like, "Oh, I was really shocked by the child violence in this movie," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to see kids get killed," and then fucking, you never really got that in the movie. So like that was a little bit disappointing, but I think I need to see it with new eyes to like be 100% sure how I feel about it. But I still really liked it a lot. And as of right now, it's like number 9 in my top 10, but I don't know if it'll stay there by the end of the year. We'll have to see. We still have some strong stuff coming out. So
Damn right.
What about you, Pugs?
Well, I went into this with medium expectation because I loved Doctor Strange. I thought that movie was fucking great, but I fucking hate Sinister. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but I cannot stand that movie. I think it's fucking stupid. This makes up for it for me. I had a fucking blast with it. I thought the masks were fucking rad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's so creepy. I do wish this movie was scary because it's not, but it's thrilling. So that's cool. I completely understand the kid violence thing because this is one of the most horrific things I'll see. A scene between a father and daughter this year, I think, or in a while, because I wanted to jump through the screen and do something to help along that situation because that's fucking bullshit. But anyway, I love the grabber. That Ethan Hawke is back to me because I had a grudge against him for a while because he kept doing shit, but he's had a good year with Moon Knight and this, and there's one other thing that I liked. Can't remember. Story wise, we're in and out. This is a cool fucking here we go. Here are the rules, and they don't break their own rules, which I appreciated because a couple movies lately have done that. Supernatural elements kind of fun, but I would prefer it to be a little more straight John Wayne Gacy, but that's just for my taste and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was fucking fantastic. I had a great time even though I had a stupid person behind me, but we'll get to that in the spoiler section because I may not have said something inappropriate. So
you know what went away but used to always piss me off was the laser pointers. I don't see that much anymore.
Well, let's not bring it back. So yeah.
Don't give people ideas.
I told my story on that one before,
Yeah.
but if I need to redo it, I will.
And regarding the brother, I forgave him because of his booger sugar candy. So all right, we know where your priorities are. So, and that guy's in like every fucking movie Scott Derrickson does. So
Yeah, Sinister. Yeah, he was the cop, right? If I remember right, it's been a minute.
Yeah, and Sinister too. He was the main character,
Oh,
which
also
I think is better.
the actress that played the little girl. She was in Pacific Rim Uprising. I knew she was
Yeah.
fucking familiar.
She was fucking great. She was the highlight of the movie for me.
Oh,
Stand up.
dude, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. She was giving me like, I'm not like, maybe this is a little crazy, but like I thought like Psycho Gorman Mimi vibes for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I hope my kid gives half of a fucks this kid did.
Yeah. Todd?
Oh, yeah. I was with you, Pugs. I went in medium. I know that the other two were like super hyped, but I try to keep that in check. I don't know if going in that helped. I really liked it. Am I the only one old enough to remember the rockets in the beginning of the movie he shoots off?
Oh, we did
Probably.
that shit in school.
Okay, good.
Oh, really?
I
don't remember.
Okay, well, at least, if Kruger remembers, that's all I need.
They skipped me. Maybe I was absent that day.
One little thing I caught, and I don't know, Dan, you probably caught this too. When they're fighting in the liquor store, he
Yeah.
gets thrown into a magazine rack of Starlog
Starlog, yeah.
because it was before Fangoria, so they went with the early ones. I popped for that.
I would have lost my mind if it was Fangoria though, because there's so many movies lately that have like fucked up the, What was it? The Chud issue that you had with us that drove you nuts?
Oh, the VHS cover was not the right cover.
They time traveled.
Side story.
That's how you got me.
Side story. Explain that one because I remember you ranting for.
Because okay, in the movie Us, we start off in the 80s, and we see a stack of VHS tapes, and Chud was the VHS tape from the 1990s. So it was the Star Maker tape, if my memory serves right now. I'd have to watch to remember what pissed me off. So
he also did this with that 70s show. Those are 90s Star Wars toys.
Oh, I just watched it. Yeah.
I know. You text me.
I was like, if you ever want to have a miserable time, watch Take Me Home Tonight with Me. Because the whole movie, I would be like, this is wrong. That's the video store in the beginning scene of that movie damn near gives me a stroke.
Okay, Patreon viewing coming soon.
I mean, we don't want to kill him.
No, well, yeah, that's true.
That does seem like something you would catch, though.
Well, here's the problem, Dan. When you have like a group of like 23, 25-year-old PAs, a VHS tape is a VHS tape to them.
But I would make sure, I mean, granted, that's something I could have.
Hardcore fans are not the majority.
Anything that you're going to have in there, I would check because that's going to get brought up.
It doesn't as much as you'd think. That's why I've always given Goldbergs a pass because they say 1980 something and they never put themselves in an exact date because they've had episodes with Atari, they've had episodes with Nintendo, and it didn't bother me because they never give the time frame.
Yeah.
Oh, except there was one wrestling episode that it didn't time up right because he had like Nintendo. I don't know. There was one I remember being like, nope, that's wrong.
You old bastard, Todd.
It takes me out of it. I'm sorry. But Black Phone, nothing like jumped out, but I'm 70s. I'm not going to know off the top of my head. But of course, I pop for the chainsaw reference.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I had to like make sure I shut the fuck up because I almost said, "Oh fuck yeah!" Like right out loud.
I did, and then I enjoyed the little the William Castle film on TV, and I can't remember which one it was.
400 bones, something bones, or 400. Fuck.
I know. I knew it was William Castle. I know it's in the set, and I've seen that one a few times.
Yeah, I've seen that movie too. It's actually
that's a good one. Yeah. But yeah, I like the movie. I love the mask. I love we never really see his face. I mean, we see him with the makeup on, and then the splits. He's like a luchador. This is what it's seeing.
Yeah, right.
So I liked, and then the changing masks I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool concept. How like he would have like a frowning face or a smiling face, and
no
it
face.
like interchanged. Yeah, it was really cool. And Tom Savini's team worked on the mask, so shout out to them. Actually, his assistant, the same guy that worked on the Fiend mask for Bray Wyatt, same team.
Yeah, no.
Jason something. Brian Jason. I don't remember his name. Fuck.
Yeah, I forget his name. I just know him as Tom Savini's assistant. He's awesome, dude. He's so fucking badass. Like their team. It's good. It's good to see Tom Savini in the credits on a big horror picture again.
Oh yeah. There's only one thing that I do want explained, and I'll just remind me in spoiler. I'll write it down. Go for it, Dan.
Oh no, I was just saying no mask in the book either. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I recall it was just a big Gacy looking dude.
Clown guy.
That's probably why they changed it though. I mean, then it's just the Gacy story.
I have no issues honestly with the changes that I remember for the most part. And obviously you have to expand. It's 30 to 40 pages roughly, so it's not a full novel. You definitely have to change some stuff.
Joe Hill gave a cool interview. He was walking the red carpet, and I felt happy for him because he was like, I was a little kid watching the Empire Strikes Back premiere at this theater, and now I'm here at the Hollywood Chinese Theater, and now they're premiering my movie. This is kind of cool. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, right on. Ben Grimm, it did feel like a more adult Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Maybe that's why because I'm the sucker who still loves Annabelle Comes Home because it's just fucking Scooby-Doo.
I can't back you on that one, buddy.
But I do think this is better than that. I love the cast. It I was when he was escaping, I was like really into it. I think it helped. I went in with just that I never get overhyped with this one. I know, like I said, you guys were really excited, and I tried to check that.
It's just, dude, anytime you have a child murderer fucking horror
Yeah.
movie, I mean,
But the fact that it kept getting pushed is, I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not going to be. We'll see.
That's a good one. Definitely flawed, but I was entertained. So yeah,
Right on, Jeff.
Ben says it'll be in his top 10 of 22. I'm the same way. I don't have a number yet, but
yeah, like I said, it's sitting at like number 9 right now. So I mean, it could or could not make it. It just depends.
Right on.
Oh, you know what? Okay. Oh, fuck. That's spoilers. I can't forget that.
Yeah, easy.
So a comment just reminded me. Yeah.
Andy Phantom, what up?
Yep.
Yeah.
What up, Andy?
So,
yeah. Why don't we rate this bitch, then move on to the next one?
okay.
So me, I was tossed up between a 3.5 and a 4, but I think it definitely deserves a 4 out of 5 for me.
Right on. I was actually between a 4.5 and a 4, but I'm gonna go with 4 because that I with room to grow, I think. But I would say definitely fucking watch this movie. It's fucking cool.
Well, I watched it again today, so I'm a 4.5. I had to see it again.
Nice.
Just to make sure my assessment was there.
There are some strong elements, without a doubt. I don't think I put over Jeremy Davies, who's always great. The father, Charles Manson.
Yeah, did he play Charles Manson in something?
Yeah,
in the TV.
Yeah, the 2000s Helter Skelter.
The remake one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew he fucking looked familiar.
Yeah, he usually always slays whatever he's in.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are good elements.
That's not all he slays.
I do think the movie is just average, right on the dot average. So 2.5 stars for me.
Okay.
All right. What do we have next?
All right. Our next film is CYST. Excuse me a minute. So CYST is a new movie from, pardon me, sorry, writer-director Tyler Russell. And in the 1960s, a nurse's last day is ruined when a doctor inadvertently creates a cyst monster that terrorizes the office. So some interesting, before I tag you in, Kruger, because I figured you'll want to go first on this one.
Fair enough.
Ava Haberman, if you don't recognize her, she was Zev on Lex. Great TV show. I hope gets a Blu-ray. And George Hardy, who plays Dr. Guy, of course you will recognize from the best worst movie ever, Troll 2. If they looked familiar. Kruger, what did you think of CYST?
Well, I've been excited about this movie since the trailer came out. I think the trailer actually came out around like COVID time, and I'm just waiting for it to come out. And I knew it was coming from Raven Banner, and it was becoming a thing where I was like checking their website almost every month just to see if I could see the Blu-ray or something, coming up. And finally, now that it's here, I will say this 100% does not disappoint me at all. If you've watched the trailer and you're like, fuck, that's a movie that looks fun and I'm going to like, I think you're going to like this a lot. It for being such a low budget movie, it has this awesome charm that's a mixture between a 60s monster movie and then just over the top splatter comedy. And I mean, I was just there for it. Some of the humor, I can understand why some people it wouldn't work for them. But I laughed a few times, and that's more I can say than for a lot of horror comedies. It was just goofy enough with the everything going on, people getting pus fucking money shots to the face, and every 5 minutes, like it was just a goddamn gooey, gross out good time. The creature, it being all practical, it really gave me like vibes of something you would really see from a 50s or 60s monster movie. If you've seen any of those tentacle monsters from that day, it looks very similar. And like all the gross little bits of body horror, like I said, pus flying all over the fucking place. I mean, like ridiculous amounts of pus that wouldn't ever come out of something that small, but like it was so fun. Felt like I needed to take a shower after because it was, definitely gross. The cast, they were all likable. There's not much to their characters because they're all, just these stereotypical goofballs. But I did like the dynamic between the main nurse and the, maniacal doctor and their little history they had. And, they eventually just at one point in the movie have had it of each other's shit and they're just beating the fuck out of each other. And I just thought that was just good time. And this surprised me, man.
That was actually my favorite. I'm sorry when you brought that up. That was fun.
Oh, what? When they were beating
when they were fucking throwing down.
It was great. And then like the doctor gets on top of her and like has her mount and is like, I love you. And she's goes, I hate you, like fucking Anakin. That shit was great. Yeah. So overall, this is just a good time. Like when I want to watch a horror comedy, this is something I would definitely throw on. And I recommend it. Is it breaking any new ground or something revolutionary? No. Is it going to make my top 10 of the year? No, but it's something I'm going to revisit for sure. And I think specifically if you're a fan of just gross out practical effects, you're going to have a goddamn good time with this. And I highly recommend it. You can get the fucking DVD at Walmart for really, really cheap. You can also, there's a German Blu-ray out there. I wish Raven Banner would have put out a regular.
I got to say they got to have one coming.
Yeah, I hope so. Because
horror pack, you think?
Well, yeah, I think eventually, but I mean, just one in their regular store. There's not one up yet.
Yeah. So, just this gets my stamp of approval for sure. And if it had a couple of things tweaked, it would be definitely in my top 10. It's not quite there because it's not this amazing horror story. It's just a lot of fucking fun
and CGI free, I believe.
It has a little bit of CGI.
Yeah, maybe brief.
It has like with the Gugon or whatever the fuck he calls it, the Get-Gon machine, like the laser CGI. And then
but I mean creature wise.
Yeah, creature wise, no, it's all practical and gross as fuck, and I think pretty goddamn awesome. Also, major pop for the fucking little thing homage. They even had the little sound effect there and everything. Oh, that was just that tickled me. So I loved it. And I highly recommend it. But anybody else? What do you guys thought?
How about you, Pugs?
Yeah, I had a very good time with this. Also, the timing of the movie, not long at all. Appreciate that all the time. Yeah, it's like an hour 10, if that. Yeah, it's fucking gross. I chuckled, and Kruger brought up the fight scene. That was probably my favorite part. Like, I love the gross shit too, but just seeing them fucking not holding back and just swing with all their might cracked me up. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a breeze. I really got. If you like gore, Kruger, this is for you. So yeah, if you're a splatter fan, definitely check this out. I liked it a lot.
Dave Rocky definitely would have been a fan of this movie.
Yeah.
Todd?
Yeah. I know this is one that Kruger was kind of hyping up for me. I did go in with high expectations, as much as I try not to. And I thought it was a really fun, B monster movie throwback. Broke no new ground, but it was still a hell of a good time, and I'd recommend it to anyone who likes that style of movie. Even some people who don't really love those 50s monster movies, I think that it's still translate enough as it is kind of poking fun at him. So I think you could still have fun with it, even if you're not a huge fan of the genre.
Yeah, it felt very much like a New Zealand-based horror movie. Very Peter Jackson kind of vibes to it, and I don't know. It almost felt like a movie within a movie, sort of Joe Dante thing going on there. Now it's not on par with early Peter Jackson or anything, but it is something. If you like that, you'll probably like this. There is something very gross about pus geysers shooting at people, and
I've seen Dr. Pimple Pumper many times. That shit is fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
I was gonna say some people are into it.
I was gonna say, but there's some like relief and enjoyment when it happens.
Oh no, for sure. Like watching these people fucking be out of excruciating pain with a fucking another Caesar growing on them.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty effective. I mean, obviously, this movie has a very goofy vibe. It never takes itself seriously for a minute. And I do appreciate, mostly, in terms of the creature stuff, totally practical on a low budget. That's getting very rare, very, very rare at this point. And I would say also a Blu-ray is probably likely, being Raven Banner, but $10, I'm sure, at Walmart. I must have missed it the last time I was in there, but well worth picking up. George Hardy, a lot of fun. If you're really into Troll 2, he goes way over the top here and is a really awesome to watch. And I'm a huge Lex guy, which even that almost kind of feels similar to this in terms of the very oddball tone that series had. I mean, it's science fiction, but there's a lot of off the wall type shit in that as well. I appreciated the short runtime. Not a classic, but a good, B movie version of what you would see from like early Peter Jackson.
Yeah. Shall we rate it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, so my enjoyment may be a little bit higher than my rating, but there is definitely room to grow. I'm a 3.5 out of 5, but I think I can see myself revisiting this. I've already seen it a couple of times because it's one of those movies where I watched it and I was like, fuck, I need to show somebody this because I know they're going to freak the fuck out. And, I did that immediately after, and both times they've been really easy watch. That, hour and 8-minute runtime is really endearing, and it's going to keep me coming back. So 3.5 out of 5.
We are on the same page, Mr. Kruger. I am a 3.5 out of 5 as well.
Count me in with 3.5 out of 5.
We'll just round it out with a straight 3.5 out of 5. That sounds good.
Haven't had one of those in a while.
No.
We need a little.
I don't even know what we call it.
We need a little unity after Black Phone. So there we go.
Fair enough.
All right. So moving on to our next film of the evening, which I'm very excited to talk about. The Innocents. Excuse me, I am fighting a bit of a cold, guys. So if I pause to drink, nothing bad, but all right. So from it's worth it. From writer director,
hope he's okay.
I just caught it.
From writer director, sorry, I lost my spot there.
That's all right.
From writer director Eskil Vogt. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. This is a Norwegian horror film. During the bright Nordic summer, a group of children reveal their dark and mysterious powers when the adults aren't looking. In this original and gripping supernatural thriller, playtime takes a dangerous and deadly turn. Okay, so a lot of good luck lately with Norwegian films. Worst Person in the World during our Oscar show, definitely one of the standouts of the year.
Christmas Cruelty, asshole.
Never. That's not from last year.
Every time we mention Norway, though, we got to put over our boy.
Christmas Cruelty. Get your Christmas Cruelty merch at fleshwoundfeatures.com. Your official Christmas Cruelty merch. And
on Blu-ray this December.
On Blu-ray this December from Unearthed Films, and we've worked on that. So yeah.
There we go. So I had it ready.
There you go. I was
link in description.
Link in the description.
And
awesome merch.
And what happens tonight on the post-game show, Dan?
Tonight on the post-game show, we do reveal an exclusive T-shirt, which I'm excited to see what that is. All right. So yeah, this is, I guess you could almost call this a superhero origin story. different, obviously different tone. And man, I enjoyed this a hell of a lot more than anything I've seen from Marvel or DC in recent years. I like this more than Brightburn. Different
that was
tone,
overrated,
obviously. Brightburn.
The only time I popped in that movie was when we saw Super in the end montage.
Yeah, that one is overrated.
But dude, that eye thing?
Brightburn was the shit. I don't.
Right, yeah,
It didn't help. Louis was like dressing up as him and making it.
But
well, fucking, it's Louis. What do you expect? Hey,
what's up? Go Norway. That's right.
So, anyways, this movie, not a gore fest by any means, but it's pretty
emotional as fuck at certain points, man.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. And I will warn people ahead of time, there is a scene with the cat that's pretty rough the way they do it.
Yeah,
not real or anything. So again, it's not a criticism, but it is not pleasant at the beginning of the film. I like this. It definitely felt like a Norwegian film, and I mean that in the best possible way. I liked how the character of Ida, played by Raquel Lenora Flodum, all the child actors in this are amazing. The emotion they convey, even without a ton of dialogue, was just spot on. The actress,
is she autistic? That one actress?
I
could not tell.
I have no idea. She was fantastic though.
Yeah.
Okay. The actress that plays Ida and the mom are actually really mother-daughter, which they look a lot like,
that's
so
rough.
But yes, so I liked how Ida was kind of like on that borderline, obviously had psychopathic tendencies, but
oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about the Lago chick. My bad.
No, she was great too. But
yeah.
No, but I liked how Ida sort of straddled that line, psychopathic tendencies, but obviously trying to, make sense. There is a way with this movie how like children see the world and don't fully understand some of the actions. Because at the beginning, I'll be honest, I'm kind of thinking like, man, I want some like super villain or whatever to pop out and just wipe them all out because they're horrible. But
they're just kids. They're learning.
Something really does, make sense and feel authentic about it. Just like the world of children before they grow into adulthood and how the parents are all kind of aloof in their own ways. It is brutal, like I said, in its own way, because as these kids sort of hone these powers, some of the things that happen to the adults, some of the other kids, is pretty ugly, pretty nasty. It's a very quiet film. It's not action packed. There's not a ton of effects, although what is there I think is really cool. And I just absolutely adored this one. I thought it was fantastic. Yeah, home run for me. What about you guys? Whoever wants to go next.
Go for it.
So yeah, I've heard a lot about this one going in, so I was very, very excited, especially just to see another Norwegian horror film. But this isn't necessarily straight horror. It's kind of like a bunch of genres mashed together. It does get horrific though, and I was surprised by some of the disturbing content that we did get. And honestly, like even everything that we got, like as far as the stuff with the parents, like specifically that one boy's mom, like that scene was really fucked up and like shocking. I was like, oh shit, like he really is a little psychopath. The acting is fantastic. I think obviously the best thing about the movie. The story I did really like, especially with the character development we get with, the little girl and, her relationship with her sister, how at first, it's kind of rocky and then eventually it turns to something different. But okay, so there's a scene in this movie where like there's kind of like the standoff, right? And the standoff happens and it's making me think all sorts of shit in my head, like just what I want to see when this shit actually goes down. And what we ended up getting in the final act, just felt very, very underwhelming to me. I can see why it works better for other people, but me, I'm more of a visceral violence type of guy, and what happened, wasn't really what I wanted. And there's potential for something really, really fucked up to happen. I'll have to talk about it in spoilers. And it didn't ever go there. And then after that big kind of showdown happens, but it's underwhelming. What we got at the very end of the movie too, I was just like, I'm starting not to like this anymore. But up until that point, I was having a really good time, and I think it was really well done. I do think it does drag a little bit though, being almost 2 hours long. I think there is a little bit of a trimming of the fat that could be done, because there was a point right before we got up to the final act that I was starting to get a little bit bored. But other than that, it's really good. It's one of those movies where I think I need to watch it a second time, and then I can have like a real opinion on it. But as of right now, I liked it, but was a bit underwhelmed, especially with the ending.
Gotcha. I completely understand that, but for me, this is, like Dan said, a fucking home run. I'm shocked how much I fucking love this movie. I thought I was gonna enjoy it, but the emotional ride that we get with the mom and her autistic kid, and like everyone in their family. You're muted.
Sorry, I'm muted. I was just agreeing with you. I thought the scenes with the autistic girl and the mom were amazing.
Dude,
I gave me Let the Right One In vibes.
That's what I'm saying. It feels like Chronicle meets Let the Right One In meets fucking Brightburn at certain points. Me. I was shocked at how emotional I got. I got mad. I got sad. I got happy. It's just kids. It's a coming of age movie with possible psychos, and they just happen to have fucking powers or developing powers. I got nothing but positive things to say about this. Even the runtime, if honestly, they could trim the fat, but I wouldn't mind a little more. I want to be in this world. I want to know how many other kids are like this. Where's the fucking X-Men Academy? Like, let's go. Let's visit this fucking world and get more out of it. I think the effects, the gore effects that happened, they look very fucking painful. The one involving a basketball game and then a splinter. That's what I'll say.
I was gonna say not limbs flying, but uncomfortable.
But regarding the final battle, I do wish we would have saw a little more, but I was so emotionally invested that I can forgive that. So this is a masterpiece for me. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I think they went suspense over, spectacle. I was cool with the finale.
Yeah, I just don't necessarily think it should be called horror. Like
I agree.
Like it does get disturbing, but it'd be like calling Dogtooth horror. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel the same way about Black Phone. So.
Yeah, I mean it's borderline there. If you didn't have a scary guy in a mask, I'd be arguing a lot more.
Yeah.
And no info on the Anna actress. I was curious if she was autistic, but I don't know. Great performance.
If she is, that's fucking phenomenal. If she isn't, it's still fucking phenomenal. Yeah, but like, goddamn,
really convincing.
Yeah. Give her the Academy Award because she went full hard R and.
Yeah. Todd.
I'm going to pass on this one because
if you. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I already said that before you got there. I was a little out of it when I finished it, so I don't have a good appraisal.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. I forgot, man.
It's all right.
Yeah, I think this one you guys should all really go out of your way to see it. I thought it was spectacular. So, all right, I guess we'll go ahead and rate it. No shocker for me here. This one's a 5. Definitely, I think a contender this year for one of my favorites at the very least.
I honestly thought I was gonna have to fucking argue with you on this, Dan. Right on. 5 for me.
I'm a 3 out of 5.
All right. And next is
1 second. All right, we've got
Piranha Women.
Yeah, sorry, my My shit's a little bit messed up. I apologize. All right, so Piranha Women, which is our full moon entry tonight from legendary director, writer Fred Olen Ray. This is, as of now, on the full moon streaming site. I don't know if there's any word yet on a Blu-ray, but it obviously
Eventually.
will be. So in this one, terror rides on high tides in this sexy, outrageous tale of science run amok that's even madder than Moreau. Not much of a description, but essentially a dying woman seeks help from this doctor who has an experimental serum that has some unintentional side effects. Spoiler alert, turns them into piranha women. Going to say that's okay based on the title.
What?
Damn it, Dan! Once again.
All right. So I really felt the lead actor was not very good, and I wish we had Jay Richardson as the lead. He could have just been an older husband. I would have been fine with it. Jay Richardson is the man. This guy was just kind of, I don't know, little like overacting at times, underacting others.
You know, you can't call someone out on overacting when you just said Jay Richards. He also was an overact.
Jay Richardson was, but he did it just right. He hit the tone just right.
I agree.
This guy felt like he was in a different movie at times. He just wasn't great. I love Fred Olen Ray. All the elements are here for a Fred Olen Ray movie in terms of the nudity, and of course we get piranha teeth, titties, which is fun.
Piranhipples.
Yeah,
nipples. There you go.
They air this in two roughly 30-minute blocks, and one's a little bit padded out in terms of some trailers, but they could have really have done this as just a short. Like, they could have gotten this into like 20 minutes, to be perfectly honest. There's not a lot that's particularly compelling that happens. I love Fred Olen Ray. I don't think this is on par with some of his better stuff. It was, fun one time kind of watch, but it wasn't endearing to me. And I grew up with Fred Olen Ray, man. I love pretty much everything he does. The fact that he can go from making like an Ice-T action flick to some Invisible Mom family comedy to like 10 softcore porns and like 2 horror movies all in the same year. He's fantastic, but this one didn't quite hit for me. I'll be honest. Full Moon's had a pretty solid record lately, but this one is just okay for me. Gruger, what did you think?
Well, you already brought up piranha titties, and first off, you didn't need the fucking CGI piranha titties, assholes. You guys had a fucking practical effect there. Like, what was the point of just putting this dodgy fucking CG over it unless you just needed another shot? I didn't understand that fucking at all, and it drove me crazy because that's like the only thing that happened in the fucking the first half of this. For a movie so sleazy, I was kind of like just confused by the tone because it seemed like there would be a lot more comedic shit happening, and they kind of play it straight more times than not, and it was just bizarre to me and off-putting, honestly. I think with a movie so ridiculous with piranha titties in it, you should probably be making some jokes or having some humor in there.
Yeah.
The second half was just weird with the twists and turns the story took, and it felt like there was like something missing, like, and the whole and also just really rushed, and when the final little moment happens, and it just was underwhelming, and I was like, fuck, this trailer just looked like it was going to actually be some fun, and ended up being a major dud for me. I think, unless you're just super into sleazy, creature features that, are pretty bad, I guess, check this out. But if not, you're not missing out on anything. The
Better
piranha,
options.
the
with Fred
piranha
Olen
titties
Ray.
aren't that cool. So
The idea is cool as fuck, though.
Yeah, the tone is way off. That was the weird because it felt like they should have just been going more tongue in cheek, and
yeah, for sure.
it just doesn't work. But you have better options for sleazy creature features with Fred Olen Ray,
or Full Moon for that matter.
or Full Moon. Yeah, it's not. I mean, again, it's not awful, but this could have been like a 20-minute short.
You need a good sleazy creature feature? Go check out Harvest Lake by Scott Schreimer. He's fucking amazing movie.
Sweet.
Yeah, I pretty much fall with you guys. I thought it was okay. It could have been better. I like the idea of piranha women and the fucking piranha nipples. Like that's how they feed. But like and also the ending, I thought that was stupid. But whatever. I don't feel like wasting my time completely. This is the one time where I didn't watch them back to back. I actually had like a hour in between because I had to go do something. So that may have helped. Because if I watched it straight, I probably would be shitting all over it. So yeah. Meh. What about you, Mr. Todd?
Well, I'm trying to stall for time, so I'm trying to show you guys something, but I will be multitasking. I did, it was what it was. I didn't love it. I probably had higher hopes because of the recent Full Moon track record and Fred Olen Ray directing it. But unfortunately, I kind of agree with you guys. It doesn't really, I don't want to say deliver what it promises, but it doesn't
under-delivers what it promises.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. But I do want to show you guys something. Dan,
the girls look great in this. I will say that, and that's a plus. It's not a soft core film or anything. If that's what you're looking for,
it's okay.
Yeah,
the ladies.
They're right.
The fact that there was a small town, I'll forgive them. Small town tens.
They probably should have padded it out, in all honesty,
with some more nudity. Honestly, like it would have been more interesting than following this fucking douchebag around.
His office about a stupid promotion. Who fucking cares?
Like, who gives a fuck?
None of that. All of that just sort of felt like,
and the cop shit.
You could have pretty much cut that, and the.
Actually, my rating just went a little lower.
Well, I was gonna say Piranha Women, Full Moon. What do you think of, Dan? Well, he's already failed, so
not sure where exactly.
Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
Well, yeah, sure.
That's where Piranha Women,
that kind of
in
had
the Full Moon. And I would have liked to see it connected to that universe. And at one point, I thought it may be. Okay, so I'm going to show you. There is the current Piranha Women poster.
Yeah.
Now let me show you the side by side of the Piranha Women poster and the original Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death poster before they changed the name. Piranha Women.
Oh, well, they definitely recycled.
I mean, see, I want some fucking sluts on piranhas, goddammit.
Yeah.
Like the fuck.
And if you want a good Piranha Women movie, watch Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death. Although they aren't actual piranha women like this. That's just the name of their tribe.
And people forget, starring Bill Maher.
Well, and Shannon Tweed.
Yeah, yes, of course.
So, yes.
That's right.
He very much, it's like the Dennis Miller thing with that movie too. With like Bordello of Blood. Sometimes, yeah. But, all right. Let's rate it.
All right. I'm a 1.5.
That's where I was until about 2 seconds ago. I am a 1 out of 5.
I'm actually a 1.5 too.
I'm a 2. I'm generous.
1.5 is honestly generous as fuck. So let's go before I change my
rating.
What do we have last, Dan? Movie wise, before our horror pack unboxing.
All right, our last film is Bad Blood, which is from writer-director Eric
That's
Steele.
how I was, Pugs, while watching it.
I think I might be alone here then.
Writer-director Eric Steele, and this one follows a social worker who takes a withdrawn homeless boy into her care, not suspecting that he is, in fact, a bloodthirsty vampire. All right, Kruger, I think you probably loved it. So, what did you think?
Well, I'll just give out the one thing I did like. The David Cronenberg Rabbit homage, cool. Everything else was complete fucking dog shit. I absolutely hated this movie. For being so short, it felt like a fucking eternity. Just a lot of talking, not a lot of stuff happening. The couple of bits of vampire stuff that's in there, I mean, it's decent, but just everything else is just a slog to get through. I really, really, really did not have a good time whatsoever. My rating is purely off of the David Cronenberg fucking homage, and that is it. I just say go watch Rabid, go watch the Soska Sisters remake of Rabid, because that's where they stole something from in this one, and both of those movies are infinitely better and way more worth your fucking time than this.
All right. Well, I kind of liked it. I get where you're coming from, because this isn't a little snooty, snobby, arrogant fucking film. But I like how quiet it is. I like the dry, dark gray look. Yeah, I didn't mind it. I don't think it's a fucking masterpiece, because was I clock watching? A little bit, and it's a short movie, so that's not a good sign. But I thought it was okay, just okay.
Dan, what did you love about it?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to be as nice as possible, it's competent.
You don't have to be nice, Dan.
No, it's competently made. Some of the acting was fine. There are so many better vampire films with almost the same story. This one's just dry, bland. Everything unfolds exactly as you'd expect. There's no surprises here. I mean, you could spoil the damn thing. It wouldn't change anything. No. It never really tugged at the heartstrings, which would have helped it with the social worker and the boy. Yeah. I don't think either of them were bad. It's just there was no, I didn't get any feeling toward, I mean, they do kind of try and explain why she's drawn to him with a previous child that she had, but nothing came together. This is just one of those you really just don't have to watch it kind of movies. There's a lot of quiet, reserved vampire flicks with almost identical stories that you could watch over this. I was pretty disappointed. I mean, I don't know if it really shits the bed out of any particular area, except just being kind of bland, boring, and just not compelling. I can't think of any reason that you have to check this out. There's any number of vampire films, well known and obscure, that you should watch before this.
Todd?
Yeah.
I'm with Kruger. I was waiting for Robert the Doll to show up. That's up.
I don't know if it was that bad, but yeah.
At least I had a killer doll to look forward to in those.
That is true.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was dying. It was the longest hour and 15 minutes. Felt like it was at least as long as I Spit on Your Grave deja vu.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about that, but
hey, I get some todding in between to make me happy at least. So
yeah, but it's not even good todding.
There's no such thing as bad todding.
Even bad pizza's pretty good.
Thank you. But yeah, no, it's this was not a good one. I wish I didn't watch it. I want that hour and 15 back.
All right. So, shall we
rate
it?
Yeah.
I'll go first, since I think I'll be the most polite here. Because again, I didn't hate it. It's just not amazing or bombastic. I'll go 2 out of 5.
Okay. I am a 1 out of 5.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a 1.
My lowest rating of the year, I'm a half.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Not a strong recommendation at all.
No, damn.
So now we have a special horror pack unboxing.
All right.
And then we'll get into some spoilers.
All right, guys, it's time for the horror pack unboxing. Let's see what we have this month. But before we do, I didn't forget, Pugs.
Nice.
There we go. Okay, before we do, let's check out the clues and see if we can figure them out.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's been a while since I've done one of these.
All right. Let's do our first clue for one of the movies. What? Go ahead, please, Pugs.
All right. What do you do when your victim's the bigger villain?
Shoot him
Read it again.
Hard candy.
Well, that's a good call.
That would make sense with that.
Anyone in the chat have a guess? Yeah, I don't. This one I can't even think of anything like hard candies.
What do you do when your victim is the bigger villain? Yeah, hard candy's pretty good, man. Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty fucking good at these. I got like 2 of them right the last time.
What about something like Freddy vs. Jason?
Ben Grimm says mom and dad.
Ooh, that's a good one, Ben.
All right, let's check our second clue.
Slasher Home Video said better watch out. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Didn't we get that one in a horror pack?
You may have.
Yeah, I can't remember if I have 2 copies of that or not. All right, well, let's Monster Party. That's another one. Okay. Let's see. Okay, our second hit for our second one is
your typical star-crossed lovers, but bathed in blood.
Ooh, that could be a lot of things.
Dude, you know where my mind went immediately?
Where?
American Guinea Pig Bloodshot.
I'm gonna go with probably not.
Yeah, exactly.
Your typical star-crossed lovers, but bathed in blood.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, Anna and the Apocalypse, it's kind of true, right?
But we definitely already got that.
We have that.
Yeah. Well, that one I definitely got because I have 2 Blu-rays of that. I had 2
Ooh,
Blu-rays.
hold up. Fuck. What the hell is it? Sadistic Intents. It came out in 2000, I think 20 or 2019. Fuck. I'm trying to think who directed it, but it's a low budget like serial killer movie. You guys would know the main actor in it.
It could also, I don't think they'd have the rights to these, but Suburban Nightmare or Jimmy and Judy, possibly.
I'd love it to be Suburban Nightmare. What other guesses have we had?
Bikini Bloodbath Christmas, Ben Grimm said.
We have Ballad of Blood, Hostel 2, Return of the Living Dead 3, Sadistic Intent. All right, well, let's go to our next clue, our third one.
When you're used to being I'll start over. When you're used to being behind the camera, being the star of the show is a fright. Who drops their camera in a fucking horror movie recently?
It could be any
No
footage.
Let's go with the recent Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be.
No, there's no physical release of that one yet.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
Hard. They're not.
What is it called though?
I don't know. Amish Activity.
I'll read it again. When you're used to being behind the camera, being the star of the show is a fright.
Found footage, but I think that one was a horror pack one already too. Director's cut. Hills Run Red.
What was that movie we saw?
I love Director's Cut. Next of Kin.
Where the dude had that like Alex Jones type thing, and there was a possession, and there was a fucking exorcism down there.
Oh, The Cleansing Hour.
Yeah,
that's a good possibility. A Paranormal Entity. Ben Grimm said, "I would love it to be Paranormal Entity."
Yeah, again, I'm just going companies though.
Well, Asylum stuff is always in. Yeah, we get that all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. Our last clue.
Ben Grimm remembered the name of the paranormal movie. It's called Next of Kin. Good looking at.
That's what it was.
All right, a trio of terrifying tales, sure to tantalize.
Okay, so it's an anthology with 3
anthology.
movies.
Yeah, that one.
That makes Dan's tantalize.
Hmm.
A trio of terrifying tales, sure
Creepshow 3.
I'm trying.
People would be if that showed up in their box.
I'm trying to think what anthologies.
Well, it's out of print, so some might not mind.
I'm trying to think what anthologies only have 3 in them.
Oh,
Creepshow 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Two?
there's a bunch
Really?
of options. Yeah.
Slasher Home Video just said, "What anthology only has 3 segments?" Yeah,
Creepshow 2 and Creepshow 3, I believe.
German Angst.
Okay, Campfire Tales. That is a good one.
Don't they get artsploitation shit in there?
I don't think
There
so.
isn't really an artsploitation left.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got bought up. So, but it's very possible because I know a lot of times they just get old stock. So that is a possibility. But artsploitation for all, they got bought and then they basically became a digital only label.
Damn.
Unfortunately. All right. Well, I guess with those are guesses. Let's find out if any of us got anything right.
let's grab the hanger. Let's get those things out of there.
All right. Oh, wait. Here we go.
Oh, Indie Phantom said 3 Extremes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
3 Extremes, yeah.
The old.
Big Crack Rock, Tales of Terror.
Oh shit! Have you guys seen that anthology called Little Deaths?
Yeah. It's been a while, but yeah.
That I think had 3 on them. That one's fucking fucked up and awesome.
Well, let's open this thing up. Let's see what's in this month. What is? All right, let's see. There we go. Packaged well. All right, let's see what we got this month. Let's try to. All right, our first one. Bad Samaritan.
Bad Samaritan. I haven't seen it,
I haven't either.
but I know
You did.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Todd did.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you did. If you look close, I think we reviewed it.
No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Doesn't mean you didn't back in the day,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I didn't see this one.
All right, maybe we didn't review it. Yeah.
All right, well,
That's
there's
cool.
one. So which one was that?
I couldn't tell you. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. What is the synopsis?
It's probably not the Star-Crossed Lovers one. What was the other one? It's not the anthology, so it has to be that other one.
Shit, you know what that Star-Crossed Lover one is? I think I know what it is. It could be the Sadness, no? Or is that too early?
No, it could be the Sadness.
I was
Well,
just thinking Raven Banner, yeah.
It's possible. Okay, let's do the next one.
All right.
All right. Oh shoot, hit the wrong button. All right, next. Oh shit. Well, Kruger got it.
Boom!
All
There
right.
it is,
You
the
are good at
Sadness.
these. Right on.
This
Dude,
is why I waited.
Dude, I fucking
Yeah, that's a good one.
I had it just thought in my head that fucking Raven Banner usually puts their shit in there.
Normally, it takes them a little while. I know. You know what? Psycho Gorman, I got really quick too.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, I fucking got it like the last second, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
At the buzzard in 3, they win the game.
All right.
Yeah,
and
go check out our review of that one for sure.
Our
'cause-
next one.
Yeah.
Oh well, there we go. I guess this is their 3.
Oh,
It's
okay.
I Know What You Did Last Summer, Vacancy, and When a Stranger Calls.
I almost
it's-
bought that one.
So it's not an anthology.
Well, there's 3.
Just 3 put together. That was my
I don't know who could have guessed that one. In fact,
I don't think anyone could have. But there you go.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
All right, now, and it's supposed to be autographed. So
Oh,
this is our
shit.
last one.
All right.
It's the horror pack exclusive.
What we got?
Oh wow!
Oh shit.
Dead by Midnight,
No, no.
I've
10
never seen
p.m.
it.
Central. Is this the
We
original?
were
one?
just talking about that too.
This is the one we couldn't see, right?
I'm assuming unless it's the same.
It's autographed on
why-
the back. Because what was the Dead by Midnight we reviewed?
Why to Kill? But I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's
this is 11 p.m.
probably-
Central. This is the one that we kept reading about that we couldn't see.
Oh, interesting.
So, well, now it's got a horror pack Blu-ray autographed. Sweet. Now I get to see the first part. Well, yeah, cool. So once again, Bad Samaritan, The Sadness,
Yeah.
the 3 films, Queens of Scream.
I'd
Maybe
say
I'll
this
finally watch the remake of When a Stranger Calls. Haven't yet.
Yeah. The Asylum one's better on that, actually.
Yeah, that one I've seen. And then Dead by Midnight, 11 p.m. Central. So I'm happy with this one. I didn't have 3 of the 4. So
Shit, yeah, dude.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah. Yeah, Sadness is a good one. I mean,
Yeah, that's definitely worth your month's subscription.
you
alone.
think if I wasn't buying Raven Banner stuff before, and now I'm just waiting on everything.
Yeah, because I'm such a stickler with that slipcover. I'm gonna have to pick up that Raven Banner exclusive of the Sadness.
All right. Well, there we go. That's a horror pack for this month.
All right.
Excellent.
It's a good one of the better ones I've seen in a while.
I've been saying that a lot this year. It seems like this year we've been getting a lot better than the previous.
Yeah, you're not getting like fucking Alien and shit.
All right.
T-Bone 27 asked, how much is this subscription? Well, you can get $3 off if you use the code. Todd?
Tell
Yeah, I know, and I didn't have it on the whole time.
Oh shit. No worries.
I know. I'm trying to. Thank you. Use the following discount code to get $3 off horror pack, Haunted Castle, or click the link in the description.
There you go.
All
So whatever the price is, minus $3.
Yeah. So $16.99, I think it said.
All right.
All right. Well, do we want to go straight to spoilers?
Yeah.
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, if you don't want.
Oops. I jumped the gun.
No worries. If you don't want anything spoiled for these movies, just make sure you bow out. But before you do that, make sure like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the social medias. Links are in the description, and patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures starts at just $1, and catch us on the post show.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some spoilers.
All right. So I'll just start with the Innocents real quick because it's not really like too long. But what I was kind of hoping out of the ending was like, their two forces kind of to clash, and that whole playground, some shit to happen to all those children.
Scanners moment.
Yeah, like that definitely would have been really fucking Scanners, the boys. I mean,
Yeah.
more like the boys, I think,
Okay.
just because of how many fucking heads are exploding. But yeah, I wanted something like that. I think that would have been just really fucking cool and would have like totally dove that movie straight into the horror genre. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it kind of plays with more the dramatic fantasy thriller side of stuff rather than horror. So yeah, that was kind of what I was hoping out of it. And when they like face off, and I forgot what the autistic girl's name is,
Anna.
but yeah, Anna, when she fucking twists that tree all fucked up, and you see how powerful she is, like that made me want to see this awesome final showdown, even though it would have been a little bit weird and out of place. Like I think we could have had something more than just the two sisters making the kid have a fucking heart attack. But
seeing him like laid out on the fucking tire swing, like he left his mother out, I was like, that's kind of poetic. Fuck that guy. And I was unsure. I was like, where are we going with this when he started doing the cat stuff? And then I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like they're kids. They're going to do some stupid shit. And then they continue with it. And there's a zip tie. I'm like, all right, dude, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, that dude was a fucking piece of shit for that poor cat. The cat fucking limping. I was just like, oh, you motherfuckers. I'm looking at my cat sitting next to me and shit. I'm like,
when it limped away, I was like, oh, great, cool, we're done here.
No.
But yeah. Anna fucking knocked it out of the park. I got so mad when she pinched her sister's like leg. I'm like, you fucking bitch,
you fucking little bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but she does, and then it gets explained later. It's like, well, she doesn't feel it. I'm like, no, she can't express it. But you're a little child, so I won't choke the shit out of you. But and when she spoke and the mom started tearing up, I fucking choked. I'm like, this is fucking beautiful. I love that fucking movie. But yeah, so I don't have any spoilers for that. Are we gonna do Black Phone? Because I have a question.
Yeah, Black Phone. Let's go. Right
I don't know if it was lost upon me. I know they don't give too much information on like backstory on the grabber, but the black balloons. What happened there? Like, why the black balloons?
We had never. Really
Was never explained.
No.
Okay, and then also, if he lets them loose at the scene, they wouldn't land at the scene. So that part kind of bothered me, but I'll let it slide.
Fair enough. The one thing that did kind of I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I brought it up earlier. It was the brother's line. The like,
oh yeah, what line?
You hold on. You want to see how I found you or whatever? I'm like, all right, man. Yeah, but I've been around guys that are coked out, and they're not. That doesn't make you fucking stupid as shit.
What if you're stupid as shit already?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, you could have did without that line. The other thing too, though, is just like seeing him kill the brother. Like, obviously, it was a decent little hacking with an axe, but I wanted a little bit more. When I saw the trailer, right, there's a shot where the grabber has blood all over his fucking face, and it was, from killing his brother, and I was kind of disappointed I didn't see him kill anybody else throughout the movie. We only kind of saw the aftermath of what happened with the kids, and one of the kids with his throat slit open, the way their corpses looked, but we never got to see him take these kids out. And I thought, I just think the idea of having him in that like 70s style where it almost looks like a snuff film would have been some terrifying shit. But yeah, Ben Grimm, Pugs, you want to read it?
Ben Grimm in Black Phone, he said he was going to explain to the boy what the deal is and then leaves, but never comes back to explain. Felt like a scene was cut.
Yeah, I get what you mean. He didn't like. I think that was just him trying to just keep him calm, maybe. But yeah, I definitely see what you mean. You never understand why he's doing this. The only thing they kind of allude to is when he was saying like he was down in the basement at one point. The grabber did.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this has a fucked up ending because congratulations, you live. Now go back to your alcoholic, abusive father.
Dude, I was so fucking mad when he was like beating the shit out of her just because the cops got called to his job. Like, yeah. Bro, that is totally unnecessary. Although you're speaking to a drunk idiot who's in the middle of a hangover, and I thought that was funny, like the slamming of the bread box or the fucking refrigerator, and everyone's like, fucking walking on eggshells. Fuck that guy.
I think my biggest issue, I mean, there were a few, but the big one was this child murderer psychopath would actually let his brother stay in the house, especially after
across the street.
Well, I understand, but would still allow him in that vicinity, especially when he starts trying to piece together the case and everything. Idiot or not, I just
probably thinks his brother's a fucking moron. He's like, he's never
yeah, but still, I had a really rough time with that.
If you got family and you still need to get your kill on, you do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I honestly thought they were going to have him in on it for a second. I'm like, oh, that's
the only reason Dan doesn't have a body count.
Yeah, I thought it was just kind of, I don't know, I was dumb.
Dude, I would have popped if it was like him and his brother fucking making snuff films and shit. Like, that's immediately where my mind went when you saw like the brother was in the same house.
Maybe we'll get a. Well, I know we're gonna get a sequel because I don't remember if it was Joe Hill or Scott that was talking about it. But like, maybe they'll give us more next time. Well, it would probably be a prequel, but
I think a prequel would be really cool just to see him be menacing. I think, and there's definitely a lot that I think you could do with that to make it interesting, but you got to hurry the fuck up because these kids are going to get fucking old as shit like Stranger Things, and they're going to be looking fucking like adults out of nowhere. So like, if you're going to do it, get on it now.
Yeah. Oh, and Ben
has a sequel. Oh,
yeah. Ben Grimm says Hill said he has a sequel in mind. All right.
Well, listen to him. Fucking obviously the author. So
I guess we're done with spoilers.
CYST.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
I needed to talk a little bit about CYST. So yeah, just Patty, the nurse, the way the doctor continuously is squeezing pus, and she's just taking a money shot over and over and over. This is fucking goofy fun. The shot where they cut like the nasty pus-filled cyst, like they cut from this CYST and then this dude eating fucking biscuits, and it's like it just grossed me the fuck out. I was just like, fuck, I was hungry before this, now I'm not, because I just saw fucking pus turn into fucking biscuits and gravy. When all the hell breaks loose and the doctor, you know, goes crazy and he makes this disgusting herpes looking back, you know, it just the way it looked was gross as fuck, and the color that they got of the pus is like this neon green, and it was fucking perfect. I also just I love when, you know, he ends up mutating the CYST, and the CYST pops out off this guy and ends up taking his whole skull and his skeleton with him, and then it sprouts these fucking like tarantula-like legs and shit, and you hear the thing little sound effect go off. I thought that was an awesome homage, and yeah, I think we already covered basically everything else other than just oh god.
Before we get out of spoilers, are you done with this one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have kind of a spoiler. Just Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm, spoiler on Piranha Women. How does rain melt a piranha woman?
This is a good question. We have no answer to spoil it.
Yeah, I have absolutely.
Well,
no
they
clue.
did kind of drive it home that it has to be hot in there, but leave it in the fucking water. I don't know.
Indie Phantom asks, CYST, where's CYST available? It is available on DVD right now in the US, Blu-ray in Germany,
and VOD.
VOD, and it will come to Shudder eventually.
Yes,
but I don't have a date. But right now, that's your options. So
I'm sure it'll be on Shudder by the end of the year.
Yeah. So are we good on spoilers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, we got a few minutes to our post show. Do we want to say good night and get over there?
Absolutely, guys. Flesh Wound, pardon me, patreon.com/Flesh Wound features all starts at just $1, and yeah, you can come hang out with us on our after show. The link is in the chat, so check that out, and we will see you over there.
Have new shirts.
New shirts, yes.
Not those, but
well, those are the old ones. But we will have a new shirt unveiling in the Patreon show. So, butt stuff and pizza, right?
Oh yeah, that's the name of it, right?
Yes.
It became official.
Pizza and butt stuff.
Forgot about that. Right on.
All right, guys, we'll see you over there. Good night,
Mr. Todd.
Good evening.
Sweet dreams, motherfuckers.
Fuck yeah. I'll see you in Disneyland.